Hey guys, today I'm going to cover how to make a progressive house style track. The kind of progressive house I'm talking about is that big room kind of Swedish anthem sound, made popular by artists such as Swedish House Mafia, Avicii and Alesso. I'm just going to be going over a track that I've done, like an instrumental version of it, and kind of going into detail of all the patterns, all the automation clips, and all the samples I'm using, and how to actually compose your own. Hope you enjoy. So this is the lead melody, but this is all the layers together, and it creates a massive sound. But I'll go into in a bit like how I actually compose this sound all together. The first layer I like to have is always kind of like a bright piano that's got a high velocity, and this usually adds like a lot of body. It's just playing the major and minor chords of the track. So it's quite a simple progression, and it adds like the highs, the lows, like the entire frequency range is covered pretty much by the piano. And then after that I like to add like my top layer synths. This will play the top melody. This is just a little Nexus synth, like a little pluck to kind of add some like higher frequencies and just to fill out the room as well. Now, usually with my higher leads, I like to compose a lot of leads together to make one sound, and this is just one of the sounds I'm going to use. I combine the pluck with more of a legato sound, that's a bit more drawn out. With not so many high frequencies, I like to keep the high frequencies down in some of these with a lot of reverb to kind of pan the sound out a bit. This is like my big room synth, which will add like basically the track will sound a bit empty without this. This adds that like fullness to the track, so it sounds like ready for the dance floor, ready for the radio. It like composes the sound all together, and it works well with the piano to make the main body of the sound. And this is just another one of those layers, and when I put all three of those upper lead layers together, covering the higher frequencies, they'll all kind of merge into one sound and kind of become unrecognizable on their own. And then all together, all those sounds, you can't really pick them up together because they're layered together, and this is the key to making progressive house, is to lay the sounds together to make your own different sounds, even if you use presets. Okay, I like to put my bass in a different pattern, and the bass is basically in progressive house pretty simple, especially progressive house like this, where you basically just take the bottom layer of the chord and then you put on its own separate layer. On a much lower octave, and I usually like to use a simple kind of saw wave bass for this with a bit of a bit crusher to add some crunchiness to it. It's just going to play underneath that synth basically. This is just like a little simple shaker percussion loop I've got from the Vengeance packs, and that'll be accompanied by this kind of like more aggressive hi-hat loop. And once again, this just adds pace into the song. It'll make it seem a bit more high tempo. Once again, this is a very simple arpeggio. It's just basically playing a power chord and then diminishing on the last notes to go from the D to the C sharp. And it's just like, it'll cover the entire spectrum, it'll sound good as long as it's in the right key. And then you just have these sweeps to kind of indicate like that's when the release will come after the tension, the build up. And the crash will support that. The sidechain is key to, like, you basically, when you have the kick in, you need the sidechain, but some songs have the sidechain without the kick. Probably one of the most famous songs that sidechain without kick is Levels. And you can hear the difference here. When I bring the sidechain back in, it gives you that pump in sound. And this is usually used in cohesion with a kick to kind of get rid of any conflict between bass frequencies, but it's used more of a melodic tool these days as well. And I'm using the P controller for that, and a kick sample. Now, what I'm going to do here is a kind of a popular technique in dance songs. It's called the low pass filter. Now, because everything I've got linked to that one track, and then linked to another track, I can control all the frequencies through Maximus compressor, isolating it to only treat the low band, and then automating that low band filter, as you can see here. it's linked with the automation clip to go up to allow more and more high frequencies as the automation clip allows it to. In cohesion with like filters and stuff, this can be a good way to get the crowd up and running again. And then obviously have the drum over there and the sweep comes back in again. This can keep the track fresh instead of sounding kind of repetitive. So even simple things like this, automation, is the way a lot of producers like to keep their track entertaining and fresh. Alright, there's like a little, I've recorded some reverb off the main top synths and reversed it to give it like a little bit of a lead in to when they actually come in, and it's a great effect to put into a progressive house track to once again build that tension. Now, DJs are probably familiar with this technique where you high pass and get rid of a lot of low frequencies before the drop comes in to add impact when the drop actually comes in. And once again, I'm doing the same as I did with the low pass, but with a different filter, and this time only to allow the highs in and bring the lows back in gradually. Now, this is used by a lot of DJs to build tension before a drop, and as you can see the build up, the automation clip is controlling it again. And this is the part of the song where everything is in. So you need a bit of that tension. Now this is like a common technique where you have a 4-step delay that's automated after the drop ends to carry on over to the next part of the song. And this is kind of like the bridge is what I like to call it. And this is kind of the bridge of the song for you. And it's what I got here is a simple like legato version of the chord progression on a simple saw wave that's been automated so the cutoff flushes upwards. And they have some like a little light finger snap. You want the percussion here to be less aggressive than doing the drop as well. As you can see, I'm automating in Z380 Plus the cutoff of the saw. And this is where I've only got the upper part of the melody playing, but it's only playing the first bar of the melody, and it's kind of taken away from it, so when it adds back in, once again, so music is all about that tension release, so this helps contribute to that. And the sidechain adds that pump in. So progressive house is a lot about the composition, but also about kind of handling where things come in and where they exit. This is just the part of the melody that's playing when it goes down before the entire drop comes back in again. Just that first bar, as you can see it. And that's how you make a progressive house song. That's the basic layout. This song actually I paired with a classic Marvin Gaye vocal. I sampled a bit of it, and I'll give you a bit of a preview now, and if you want to hear the actual song and get a free download, just follow the link in the description, and thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and leave a comment too. Thank you.